Salutations. Today we're heading out on a little adventure. Me, myself, and I. I'm flying solo today, guys. But today I'm heading out to, actually I'm heading into enemy territory here. On my way into California to explore a little abandoned homestead at a place called Chappo Spring. Wait till you see this, you're gonna like this. About 4 miles of this. Well, here we are at Chappo Springs. This is a little oasis out in the middle of frickin' nowhere. I mean, there's literally nothing. You know, to the north and west is Shoshone, and then across the valley over here is Tacopa, and we're right up against the mountains here. And there's nothing for miles. No other homesteads, just this. I came up here with a family over the Christmas holiday, and I found this originally, just messed around on Google Earth. Wanted to come out here for a couple of years, and finally we had a week where we had nothing to do, so we came out here. From what I can gather, there's not a lot of information about this place online. What I can gather is that this is privately owned land, and it's still privately owned land, so there's no gates or no trespassing signs. So you can come out here if you're so inclined I would recommend that you have four-wheel drive, otherwise you will get stuck. Not only is four-wheel drive a must, but a high-profile vehicle too. I didn't film too much of it because I was too busy driving, but there's I think four washouts that will swallow your vehicle, and you gotta navigate those. But not too many people come out here. I don't know anything about this shack. I know that there's some newspaper that's stuffed inside the walls for insulation that's dated 1974. I don't know if that is the vintage of the building. I doubt it. Well, I didn't get a chance to explore too much last time I was here. Let's just wander around. Oh. I don't know why someone would take the time and energy to build this little cabin out here. There's chicken coops. Looks like a small greenhouse for growing food. Now, if this was just a bug out cabin or a vacation home or what, but I just think it's really cool. This kind of stuff just turns my crank for some reason. Wait till you see what's on the other side of this, what would you call this? Palm grove? Here's the facilities. There's a two-holer, complete with magazine rack and toilet paper. Now let's go over the other side and check out what's on the other side of the little spring here. There's no mines up here. Maybe just somebody, they wanted to get the hell away from everybody and just found the beauty in this spot, wanted it all for themselves. I can relate. Look at this view. I don't know if you're going to pick it up with this camera, but Tacopa is just over that way. Continuing to drive south and west away from Chappo Spring and the old abandoned homestead up there by the mountain. You're driving out of that area through a wash. And you drive out of topography that looks like this, and in topography that looks like this. You can see the little town of Tacopa glistening out there in the distance. I don't want to lose momentum. This is, after all, a river basin, and we've had rain this week, so there's water here and there. I don't want to stop. Might have to drive through some right now. Well, I got really lucky. I managed to back out of that slime. I told you. Now I got to go back the way I came. Literally a mile from the end of the loop. But it's just too wet and flat there. So, here we go. I'm standing now on the old railroad grade at the Tidewater Tonopah. This rail line was abandoned back in 1935, I think, and the rails ripped up for World War II to make things like artillery shells, tanks, ships, that kind of stuff. But I just was driving the road between Shoshone and Tonopah, and I came across this little dirt road that went off the main highway. So I decided to go down it because why not? And then I got to the end of the road and saw this clump of trees here. I figured, why is that clump of trees there? I got out and investigated, and I found a piece of broken concrete. I figured, well, maybe this was either an old homestead, or maybe it was, I have to do a little more research, but maybe it was a stop along the line of the Tidewater and Tonopah. I don't believe it was, but hey, I come out here, and I'm just wandering around this clump of trees, and I find this. It's what's left of a car body. Like a 1920s car body. There's the cowl. The engine would go up here. There's the A-pillar. This looks like the seat pan. That's, I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody tried to make a box for it or something. But there's fenders up yonder. There's a running board. Here's another, looks like a roof panel. Here's the back window. There's the other roof panel. Pretty cool. No frame though. if nothing else distracts me, we'll go to Tacoma. Sorry for the wind noise again. Hey, this is why it pays to have your head on a swivel, right? You find things. You can pause and read that if you want. Let's go check it out. There's the old telegraph lines for the railroad. And railroad grade runs right along there. And I found this, looks like it might be a root cellar. Some old screen. Not much left but garbage. Old porcelain pan. Seen better days. And if you're really stressed from nearly getting stuck in bentonite, wet bentonite, you can always go take a dip in the hot spring. There's one down there that you can go skinny dipping in, and there's a whole bunch of bathhouses right across the way. Woohoo, slimy. Not too bad. I ain't getting in, but it's just better to be lucky than good. I pulled out the side of the road here to try to see if I could find an HDMI cable for my GoPro. More on this later because the battery's starting to go dead, and a lot of the video I shot today I shot on this camera. But I pulled out the side of the road here to see if I could find the cable to charge the GoPro in. Went around to the back of the truck, open the tailgate, and I see this behind the truck, about 10 feet behind the truck. Little Cordura, looks like a magazine pouch with a Leatherman mutt. Scores! $100 piece of kit. Man, I love it. Let's keep going. Tacoma was a bore.